The Yellow Wallpaper by Charlotte Perkins Gilman, Level A2, Oxford Reading University.
It is unusual for ordinary people like John and me to rent a huge old house for the summer. There is certainly something strange about it. Why was it so cheap? Why was it empty for so long? When I share my thoughts with John, he laughs. But this is what husbands normally do. John is a doctor. Maybe this is why I can't get better more quickly. You see, he doesn't believe that I am ill. So, an intelligent doctor says that I only have a nervous condition. What can I do about it? Nothing. He says that it isn't serious and it will soon go away. I just have to take some medicine and do physical exercise. And I definitely shouldn't do any sort of work. I'm sure he is wrong. I believe that writing could do me good. I am trying to write in secret. However, it is difficult to hide my diary. If John catches me writing or finds my diary, there will be a long discussion about it. Anyway, thinking about my condition makes me rather sad. I should probably tell you about the house. It is the most beautiful place. It is quite far from the main road. It looks like those English places you read about in books. There is a garden, a fence, and a gate. The garden is excellent. There are little roads where you can walk. There are seats under the trees where you can rest. But I don't like our room, even a little bit. I wanted to live in the room downstairs, but John said we couldn't fit 2 beds in it. So, we took the room at the top of the house. This room is enormous. I suppose it was made for children because the windows are barred and there are metal rings in the walls. The paint and the wallpaper are destroyed in several places. I have never seen worse wallpaper in my life. The pattern is awful. It makes your eyes hurt. The color is even more terrible. A dirty, ugly yellow. During the day, John is mostly away. So, I sit in that terrible room and no one can tell me to stop writing. Sometimes my husband doesn't come back at night if he has a lot of work to do at the hospital. He doesn't understand how ill I am. He thinks that there is nothing that could cause my disease. I know he cares about me, but sometimes he makes me so nervous. I asked John to change the wallpaper. He refused. He explained that my wish was a symptom of my nervous disease, and the room is very comfortable if you don't think about the wallpaper. Outside the window, I can see the garden. Sometimes I imagine people walking there. However, John says that I shouldn't imagine things that are not real. He thinks it is a bad idea. At the moment, my mind is too weak, he says. The wallpaper makes me so angry. The pattern looks like eyes, and they are looking at me. I have never seen so much expression in a thing that isn't alive. The furniture in the room is old and ugly. The floor is worn out, and the bed looks like it went through a war. But this is all right. The worst thing is the paper. Sometimes, when I look at it for too long, I can see a figure behind it. Now, I am very lazy, and I lie on the bed a lot. I tried to talk to John a couple days ago. I wanted to visit my cousin. I asked him to let me go for several hours, but he said I wasn't able to leave the house. Then I cried in front of him. But it's a good thing that John didn't put our baby in this room. My son would be scared of the yellow wallpaper. Now he is safe with his nanny in his room downstairs. Jenny, my husband's sister, is also downstairs. She helps around the house because I am not allowed to do anything. There are some things in the wallpaper that nobody knows except me. There is a shape behind it, and it gets clearer and clearer every day. Now I see what this shape is. It is a woman. She is on her hands and knees. She is creeping inside the pattern, and I don't like it at all. One night, as I lie in bed and John is asleep, I think that I see the wallpaper shake. I get up to see if it actually moved. Just then, John wakes up. He tells me to go back to bed. "Can you take me away from here?" I ask. "Why? We only have 3 weeks left, and you are not in any kind of danger. Actually, I think that you are getting better," he replies. My body is perhaps getting better, but I don't think my mind is. I hate the wallpaper with all my heart. The color is bad enough, but the pattern is just awful. I am now certain there is a woman there. At night, in the moonlight, the wallpaper looks like a prison for her. Sometimes I catch John and Jenny looking at the wallpaper. Do they also see that woman? I am finally feeling so much better. I mostly sleep in the afternoon, and at night I watch the walls. New shapes appear on them every day. Only now, it smells strange. I cannot describe this smell. It isn't bad, but it is yellow, just like the wallpaper. And I discovered something interesting at last. Wallpaper really moves. The woman behind it shakes it. And I also saw her. I can see her out of every window in the afternoon. She creeps down the road in the garden. When someone walks past her, she hides. I need to take off the wallpaper. I know she wants to get out, and I need to help her break free. I only have 2 days left in the house. I am afraid that John and his sister are beginning to notice. Are they also affected by the yellow wallpaper? Hurrah! This is the last day, but it will be enough. John was away for the night, dealing with some serious cases at the hospital. Jenny wanted to sleep in the room with me, but I said I wanted to be alone. But I was not alone. When the night fell, I saw the woman moving behind the wallpaper, and I ran to help her. I pulled at the paper, and she shook it. I took a lot of the paper off. When Jenny came in the morning, she was surprised. But I told her that I did it because I hated the awful color. Then she smiled at me. I am going to sleep here today, I think. I will call you when I wake up, I told her. When she goes away, I lock the door. I throw the key out of the window. I don't want anyone to come in except John. I want to surprise him. If the woman gets out, I have a rope. So I can tie her and then show her to John. I don't want to look into the garden. So many women are creeping there, and they creep so fast. Did they all come out of the wallpaper like I did? I don't want to get out. Everything is green outside and not yellow. I am going to tie myself to the bed so that no one can take me out. I suppose I will have to get back behind the wallpaper at night, unfortunately. This is so sad. I like creeping around this large room. I hear John at the door. John, dear, I say in the softest voice. The key is down by the front steps on the ground. John gets the key and opens the door. I keep creeping in circles, but I look at him over my shoulder. What's the matter? He shouts. Oh my God, what are you doing? I have finally got out of the wallpaper, I say. And I have pulled off most of it, so you can't put me back inside. But why did John faint? He fell in my way. I continued going around the room in circles, and I have to creep over him every time.
Get more stories in the Ewa app. Read, listen to the audiobooks of different genres, learn new words in one click, improve your English with Ewa. Check out appewa.com. Hit the like button and the notification bell. This way we will know that you want more audiobooks like this. And now, stay for another story in English.